Hey guys, this is Bobby. Welcome to Cloudforest Vibes. I just wanted to make a quick video today and show you guys kind of how I grow. You've seen the little tank, but I haven't really shown this grow area off yet. This is my bigger grow tent, and got a lot of cool stuff in here, so I'm going to get this monster Nepenthes out of the way. It's my only Nepenthes. It's a Home Depot Nepenthes, believe it or not. It's a Miranda, I believe, and it has just started to really take over this thing. I mean, that is a massive plant. It's starting to produce intermediate pitchers, and that is just awesome. But it's got basil shoots. Do a little carousel of it, and I mean, it's got other vines growing in there, and it's really growing strong. So let me get this thing out of the way, and I'll be back, and we'll take a quick look around. Okay, so we're back. I figured we'd just kind of poke around a little bit. I'd give a quick tour. Dog. Go. Go. Okay, so we're back. I got the Nepenthes out of the way. I figured we'd just take a quick look around and see some things. Got a lot going on right now, so let's go ahead and start with a bud hunt and flower hunt, because there's definitely a few things out. Not too many, but I've got a few Phalaenopsis in bloom. These are just grocery store phals. I don't have the heart to get rid of them. I love them. Some of my first orchids. Ooh. They're still beautiful blooms. I love these things. They really are nice. I've got another one. This is actually my first orchid. I'll never get rid of this thing. For the first time in its life, it's got 2 spikes on it. Beautiful orchid. Another little mini phal. I like the mini ones more. You can fit more of them on a shelf. The big ones are kind of cumbersome. So that's coming soon. I've got another one down here. I bought this one with 2 spikes on it. One's done, but it's getting close to its end, but it did branch, and it's got another bud coming down there now. I mounted this one. I think I'm going to mount all of them sometime soon. You guys will be privy to that. But yeah, I like them mounted. I like the way they look. I like the cascading bloom effect. This is a species Phalaenopsis. This is a Phalaenopsis parishii, and it also has 2 spikes, and they're coming along quite nicely, especially now that it's getting warmer. Up here, I've got a Dendrochilum gracile, and it has 4 spikes on it. This is a relatively new plant. I got it from Andy's Orchids and mounted it immediately. I just thought it looked so nice with cascading blooms down, and I think it's going to be a real stunner. They're coming along quite nicely. What else do we have in here? Oh, so we've got Dynema polybulbin. This is one of my GVOS 2020 entries. Love this thing. Some of the blooms are starting to fade, but it is just absolutely a really rewarding plant to grow. Really easy grower. Beautiful blooms. It has a creeping habit. It grows pretty quickly, at least it has for me. So I put it on this big piece of cork a couple months ago, and it's just taken off like a rocket. Love this thing. Here, this plant I grew in a basket. I've struggled with this thing. This is Oncidium pumilum, I believe. Hang on, let's look. Yep, Oncidium pumilum. Yep, pumilum. Struggle. It's a Mulier Oncidium. There's no pseudobulbs. I don't know if you can see that or not. But I've struggled really badly with this plant, and I think I finally got it after a long time. It's not the strongest plant. It needs to grow some more new growth and needs a lot of roots, but it's pushing up 2 spikes and they're getting pretty mature, so I'm pretty excited to see where this thing goes. It's got really interesting blooms. We still have this little Tolumnia out. This is Tolumnia tetrapetala, and this is just a gorgeous orchid. It's starting to fade. The lip is curling up and getting discolored, so those blooms are going to drop like any day, but that's my only Tolumnia out right now, and I just love this plant. It's really, really special, really good plant. Let's see, I don't know if we have anything else in bloom or in bud in here right now, so we're gonna go take a look at the other one. Oh, I do, I have one. This down here, it's a brand new acquisition. I actually had a bud blast on it. I don't know if you can see that, let's zoom in. The lead bud right here blasted, but this one kind of stayed on. I don't expect it to make it, but if it does, we're going to celebrate. This is Paphinia rugosa. I just got this, another one from Andes. Probably my favorite orchid seller in the States, really good. So that's a Paphinia rugosa. So yeah, that's just a quick look around here. We've got tons of plants. Everything's growing really well. Springtime's here. Everything's nice and happy. And yeah, just wanted to give you guys a little bit deeper look. I can't wait to share more, but don't have a whole lot of time today. Just wanted to give you a look around. So we've got the little orchidarium opened up, and we're going to go ahead and cut the humidifier off because I forgot to do that, and it's going to fog us out. But we're going to go ahead and take a look around and see if we can find buds and blooms in here. There is always blooms in here. So even though we might be slim pickings in the big greenhouse sometimes, this thing, I mean, always has flowers in it. That's one of the most rewarding things about these Cloudforest miniatures, and some of the ones I have in here is they're pretty much perpetual bloomers, most of them. So the humidifier just came on, so let's cut that thing off. Alright, and I'm sure you saw straight away, we'll start at the bottom and work our way up, that we've got a Restrepia in bloom. This is Restrepia falkenbergii. It's a really neat little flower. Most Restrepias are. Let's get a little closer if we can. Beautiful bloom. This thing grows well for me. I mounted all my Restrepias. I've got another one here and another one here I just got pretty recently, but this is my oldest one and by far the most established one. It's a really nice plant. Moving up a little bit, this is Poroglossum portiae, or portiliae. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, but I got this several months ago and it was kind of a wreck. It had some really distorted leaves and no roots at all, but since I've gotten it, it's pushed on a bunch of new growth. It's coming out really nice. It really loves the humidity in here. And it's got 1, 2, and 3 flower spikes on it. This one just dropped, washed out there. This one just dropped over here on the right, but it's got 2 more coming on strong. And it is really neat. Down here is Lepanthes dodsonii. And I struggle to bloom this thing, but you know, it's always pushing up spikes, so maybe one of these days one of these things will mature, but I don't think it's cool enough right now. That thing's kind of more of a cool grower than I give it, so I do struggle there. Not spend too much time on them. We did a bunch of Lepanthes talks this weekend, but they are always in bloom. This is Lepanthes helicocephala. This is Euxoria, and I think, yep, it opened up a flower here today. The nice little one. Let's get a closer view of that. Yeah. So this is Lepanthes Euxoria. I've got a Mariposa here. There's also almost always in bloom. They look remarkably similar, but there are subtle differences between the, let's zoom out, the Mariposa and the Euxoria. This mess and tangle of grapes, or whatever you want to call it, looking things. This is a Restrepia, this is a Pleurothallus rostratissima, and it's got very delicate, strange blooms. I just did a video on this as well for the GVOS 2020, and I just love this thing. It has these clusters of blooms. They're fuzzy, they're weird, they're just awesome. And I've had this thing for about a year, and a couple months probably, and from the moment it started blooming, it has not stopped. It has been in perpetual bloom for over a year. It is always like this. Love this thing. So coming up here, we've still got Lepanthes calydiction in bloom. Another one. The two flowers that were open have fallen. They only last a few days, but there's more always pushing right behind it on other leaves. And once this thing gets a little bit more mature and has more adult-sized leaves, they're just always going to be in bloom. Coming up a little farther, Lepanthes telepogoniflora. You can just see what's going on there. So coming soon, we'll do a little spotlight video on this guy. I know a lot of people have a lot of interest in this plant, and it is an awesome plant. So coming soon, we'll take a better look at that. Lepanthes Sherry Bridingham has a few buds on it. They're coming along nicely. And last but not least, it's getting ready to fade and fall off here, but this is the Condilago rodrigoi. Let's get a better shot of that. Sorry. This thing is just awesome. And it's getting ready to fall. It's got another growth pushing up right behind it, so we'll have another bloom here soon. This one's also perpetually in bud or flower. So that's a quick look at everything. A lot more in here going on than in the big tank right now, or the big tent, I mean. But we've got a lot to come, so thanks for watching, and appreciate you tuning in again. I hope to see you guys again soon. Thank you. You know, one of the things about having miniatures is that they're miniature, and sometimes if you're in a hurry or you don't pay close enough attention, you can breeze right on by something time after time after time and not even notice it's there. I've got one more in bud. That is Lepanthes acetabellum, and I have 3 flower spikes. Pretty cool. Alright, thank you guys for joining. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope to see you again soon.